the laughter yoga session at Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I'm again Marg, and we're going to do 8 minutes of laughter yoga before we sit and meditate this morning. So welcome.
Thank you.
First, starting with 2 deep breaths, we're going to breathe in and let it out. And second in and let it out. And our first exercise, we're going to clap, laugh and clap, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. But the important thing is we stretch our fingers and we're going to clap really hard because it stimulates the acupressure points in our hands. So beginning when you're ready, 1, 2, 3. Ho, 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 ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha. So we're going to front ho, ho, ha, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha. Woo! And now we're going to bat away any negativities. Just in case there's a couple. And that's just going to look like, kind of like fly swatting, but as we swat, we laugh. Okay, ready? So 1, 2, 3. CO2 out of your lungs, which expands your lung capacity for oxygen. So that's if you see me bending forward, that's just kind of like do that extra little compression. And I think today we need a little mental floss as well. So what that looks like is we're going to take some mental floss from one finger to the other finger and then we're just going to floss and laugh. So ready? 1, 2, 3. It's time to laugh! Oh, sorry, I just thought of that this morning. And then one more that I really like is mobile phone laughter. So we're basically going to have a pretend mobile phone, or if you happen to have one, but we're going to pretend mobile phone. You could either talk or do gibberish, laughter, whatever, but we're just going to basically mobile phone and laugh, you know. But you could be talking and then laughing. No one's going to know whether there's someone on the other line, on the other end of the line. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. introduction. So we'll do 1 minute of laughter for world peace, beginning when you're ready. Namaste laughter, and looking at as many people in the room as you can in the eyes, and just greeting namaste as we laugh, as we get ready to wind down. So 1, 2, 3, namaste. Very good, yay. Here we go. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. And 2 deep breaths. We wind up this time. Here we go. Inhaling. Breath out. And again, inhale. Thank you so much. Now to meditation.
Good morning, beloveds. How are you? Good. So beautiful. So good to be here. So we're going to move into a quiet practice for a few moments, and then we will have some music and start with our beginning of our service. I'm Reverend Rasheryl McCreary. In case you don't know who I am, welcome to our meditation service. And I don't think we have our clock yet, so I'm going to just use my phone. Okay, Marilee, if you'll hit the lights, we're all ready. And I invite you to get comfy in your chair, feet flat on the ground. And when you're ready, just soften your gaze and close your eyes. And yes, exactly, a deep breath all the way down into the belly. And as we close out the meditation service, I invite you to shift your awareness back to the breath. And very consciously taking deep, slow, low breaths as we end our time in meditation. Continuing to feel the divine presence. Continuing to feel grounded and anchored and open and filled with love. Radiating love. How good it is to be in the silence after delightful laughter and to know that it's all God expressing. With deep gratitude, I conclude the meditation service. And we'll move into music, and the celebration service starts at 10 o'clock in 10 minutes.
Put your hands together for Rodrigo. Oh, thank you so much. Sonia. That song really just gets everybody so happy inside, and I'm so happy to do it. Now, we're going to do our opening song. Thank you so much for being with us. Here we go. One big family. Go ahead and stand up and clap your hands if you can. Here we go. And a 1, 2, 3, go.
Get into the restroom. I just thought you all should know that. It's like there's only 2. Hello. So I missed the opening song? Oh my goodness. Was it fantastic?
It was amazing.
Okay, good. It was amazing. All right. Well, listen, welcome to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I am so glad to see you. I'm so glad to be here this morning. I would not want to be anywhere else this particular morning, but here with you. I am Reverend Rasheryl McCreary. I'm the spiritual director, and I'm just so thrilled. Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, in times like these, this is exactly what spiritual community is for, right? When it feels like the whole world is going crazy, and you need other people who are anchored in truth, who are anchored in love, who are of like mind to be with, to be together during times like this. So I am really, really glad we're here. So Joni is going to do our call to service, Joni Quintal, who is our practitioner in training. And after the invocation, Sonia, I'm going to actually have you do the pride moment, if you're okay with that.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Take another deep breath with me and just ground yourself. Allow the vibration of this bowl to remind you of the laughter that you participated in this morning throughout the day if something comes up. So allow the vibration to stay with you.
Let's just take a deep breath together here. How good it is this morning to sense and feel and know the divine presence, to be anchored in and aware of that presence that has no beginning and no ending, that is all powerful, that is all knowing, that is all loving, that is ever creating. And so we just stand in the awareness of this truth right here, right now, that there is one life, one presence, one power. It is everywhere. It is all powerful, and it is expressing here, in, through, and as each of us. It is expressing through the music and through the technology, is expressing through the production team and through each member who is here in a seat and those who are watching online. The presence of God is expressing through the music and the song and the prayer and the talk, and all things are God expressing. And so how good it is to know this truth this morning, that no matter the appearance, no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation, there is a power greater than all of it, and it has the final word. And so this morning we are here gathered together, standing in truth, celebrating life, and shining and shining and shining our lights. And I am so grateful for this time, for this opportunity, and for this container known as Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. And I'm so grateful for each individual in this space. And so I know this service is blessed. I know everything unfolds most magnificently. And I know that all is truly and deeply well. And so with gratitude this morning, I release this word. It is complete. We say together, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. So Sonia is going to come up and do a pride moment, and then we'll have announcements right after that. Sorry, Dr. Damon.
Well, good morning again. Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity, and blessings to Jenna, perhaps you're watching. Thank you for carrying it this far. My pride insight today is based on Martha P. Johnson. Martha P. Johnson is a transformational person in the LGBTQ movement. Pardon me. And this is what I have to say about Martha and her legacy. Martha P. Johnson was transformational in the LGBTQ plus movement due to her pivotal role in the early fight for queer liberation, especially for transgender and gender nonconforming people. The Stonewall Uprising. Martha, along with her close friend Sylvia Rivera, is often credited with playing a key role in the Stonewall riots of 1969. A critical moment in the LGBTQ plus history. We really wouldn't have pride. We wouldn't. We just would not if it wasn't for Martha and Sylvia. As a Black transgender woman, her participation in the rebellion against police harassment helped spark the modern LGBTQ plus rights movement. Transgender visibility. Johnson's unapologetic presence as a Black trans woman highlighted the unique blessing to our universe that is the transgender being. She gave visibility to gender nonconforming individuals, especially at a time in New York when we were marginalized by both mainstream society and even the larger gay rights movement. Her activism and advocacy. After Stonewall, Johnson co-founded the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, STAR, with Sylvia. The organization advocated for the rights of unhoused LGBTQ plus youth, sex workers, and particularly transgender people who were often excluded from mainstream gay organizations. STAR provided a much-needed support network for those living on the margins of society. Challenging intersectionality was really what we needed at that time for us to move forward as a people. Johnson's activism deeply rooted in her understanding of intersectionality. As a Black transgender woman, she faced discrimination on multiple fronts, race, gender identity, and class. Her leadership showed that LGBTQ+ rights couldn't be separated from healing racism and economic equality, making her work a foundation for the intersection approach we see in activism today. Okay, so intersectionality plays a huge role in how we reimagine our healing, and she really took a leading role in helping us understand what it looks like to do that. So her cultural legacy, Martha's role in shaping the LGBTQ+ movement goes beyond activism. Her legacy continues to inspire future generations, and her image has become the iconic popular culture symbol for queer realness, regeneration, and societal healing. In short, Martha P. Johnson wasn't just transformational because of her direct actions, but because she embodied trans liberation in its fullest, most inclusive sense, right? So the fullest, most inclusive sense. Martha P. Johnson is my godmother, my grandmother, my mother in this movement. Her work laid the groundwork for a more intersectional, trans-inclusive, LGBTQ+ rights movement. Thank you for listening.
Announcements, announcements, announcements. We have a few today. So first, the center, the Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living, is hosting a conference. And so this is just to mark your calendars. The dates are going to be July 21st through 25th. And Rasheryl has been working ceaselessly to put this together, Reverend Rasheryl. And it's going to be a powerful 5-day online event hosted by Reverend Rasheryl and us, the Silicon Valley CSL. It's free, it's transformational. Registration is now open. You have to go to awomensvoicesummit.com. That's going to be on the front page of our website, siliconvalleycsl.com, real soon. It's not there today, I noticed. But Silicon Valley CSL, but awomensvoicesummit.com. You can register, it's free. And invite all the women in your life who are ready to rise. And there will be there will be availability of the recordings later, but we'll announce that later. Also, just to acknowledge Juneteenth, which just passed this week, we honored Juneteenth. It's marking the end of slavery in the United States, and as a community here, we affirm freedom, justice, and the continued work of liberation for all, for everyone. Laughter yoga, that was great. Yeah, thank you. My head is still swimming with oxytocin, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. And how was the solstice karaoke?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So much fun.
Okay. Well,
There's footage out there that I will pay for.
How much?
Yeah, but we can bargain for it.
Okay, we'll talk after. Yeah. Okay. And then there are a couple of daily practices on weekdays, so Monday through Friday. One is Walk with the Rev, and she gathers at the Campbell Track sometime between 7:15 to 7:25. You can walk with Reverend Rasheryl. And then also, she has to hurry home because at 9 a.m. every day, we have a morning meditation with Reverend Rasheryl, and that is a silent meditation followed by a pray-up for everyone who's present on the call by Reverend Rasheryl. So I try to get on that as often as I can, and that's a great thing. Also, there's prayer offered today and every Sunday by Reverend Dr. Sherry McCreary. That's going to be in the back over there. You can't see where I'm talking when I point over there, but it's over there. And We've upped our game here. We have a sign-up sheet. So there's a clipboard over there. If you want that prayer, you can put your name down on the sign-up sheet. Also, if you need just personal prayer or private prayer requests, we have a prayer box up at the front and prayer cards. You can write your prayer requests on that. Yeah, and those are confidential, obviously. And again, I just want to say SiliconValleyCSL.com and support@SiliconValleyCSL.com if you have comments, questions, things like that. And I just also want to welcome our guest artist today, Margo LeDuc. She's gotten around and she wound up here. So she's a renowned vocalist, vocal coach, over 2 decades of experience performing. She's worked alongside people like artists like Sharon Cuneta, Baby Bash, and she's opened for Jay Leno in Las Vegas and supported corporate clients including Disney, BMW, Redken, Wells Fargo. So she's a feature here. Thank you for coming today. And just to her little bio here, Margo is passionate about helping people connect with their deepest yearning to sing. With heart, humor, and dedication, she coaches the students not just in hitting the high notes, but in finding their voice. She's guided voices under major labels like Sony, Capitol, MJJ Music. Margo splits her time between San Francisco and Los Angeles, helping artists from all walks of life develop their unique sound. She's also a voting member of the Recording Academy, so if you have some favors you need, you could slip her a little money, So she helps shape the future of music. So please join me in welcoming Margo LeDuc. Thank you. Okay, let us continue. Thank you.
Love will take us higher, reveal the way to a greater life. Oh, so the truth is telling me, sing of liberation for the ones who are not free. Love will take us higher, reveal the way to a greater life. Oh,
Margo and the core. Oh my goodness. Woo! Are you awake out there? Yes, everybody awake? Oh my goodness gracious. Margo, thank you so much. I am so glad to have you here. Oh my goodness, what a blessing. And Sonia, thank you so much for not only being the music director here and just being incredible, but for your beautiful sharing of that Pride Insight. So thank you for that. Yes. And Rodrigo Avila is our multi-instrument. I see like 4 instruments over there. So our multi-instrumentalist holding it down. So thank you, Rodrigo. We have an incredible house band here, do we not? Yes. It's just really beautiful. So good. So good. Oh my goodness. So it's so interesting. I really love being a minister, a spiritual director. I really, really do. And one of the things I really love about it is when I look back over my journey to my call to ministry, of course, I was called to ministry right when we had a worldwide pandemic, and now with everything else that's going on, and we are, on the precipice of war, right? And I thought, well, isn't that interesting? All those years I was in corporate, and none of this was happening, pretty much. And now that I'm a minister, it's like, whoa, okay, there's a lot to be responding to. So the talk I thought I was going to give is not exactly what's going to happen today, but sort of. We'll see what Spirit wants to say. Because some things changed yesterday. So I just want you to know that right now I am feeling like I want to burst into tears. And anybody else feeling that way? Yeah. So I feel like I just want to burst into tears is how I'm feeling humanly. Because a lot of stuff just doesn't make sense. It does not make any sense. And yet here we are, right? Here we are. So I just want to tell you how I'm really feeling. But today's talk is called Glow Up. And my staff asked me to please prepare my theme for the month and my talks in advance. So I did them all up for the quarter. And I'm like, like glow up, right? That's what I was going to talk about is not exactly where we are in this moment, but it is. So here's the thing. What I know for certain is no matter what is going on, I know that we are not helpless, and I know that we are not powerless. I know for certain that there is a power that is greater than anything that's happening in the world. I know this for certain. It's not what I think. It's not what I am philosophizing about. It's not theoretical. I know that there's something greater than anything of this world, and that it will have the final word on what happens. And so that is the absolute truth that I know, and I keep coming home to, and I keep coming home to, and I keep coming home to, even in the midst of feeling like I want to burst into tears at the absurdity and the deep sadness of some of the things that are happening in the world. And I think one of the things that is happening for all of us as we evolve as human beings, as we evolve spiritually, is that we have to be able to hold complexity, right? We have to be able to feel like we want to burst into tears at the sadness of what is happening in this human space, and at the same time be anchored in that which is not touched by what is happening, and know that that is also real. Right? And part of our being human, part of our spiritual journey, part of our spiritual evolution, part of being a spiritual being in a human experience is we have to stand in both places, right? We exist, it's not even both places, but it's an and, right? There's an and. It's not either I'm spiritual or I'm this. It's like and. I feel this way humanly, and what I know is God is all there is. And God is more powerful than what is happening than any one person or group of people can do. And the more that I align with that, the more that I am aligned with that truth, then the more powerful I become, the better I feel, and the more I connect with other people who are also anchored in that, then that's when we begin to see the world change, right? But right now, this stuff is fresh, right? This stuff is fresh. The things that are happening are fresh, and it's easy to get caught in the emotion of it, right? And it is okay to be in the emotion of it, right? Just don't set up camp there, but it's okay to be however you're feeling, to feel those feelings. This is not about spiritual bypass. It is about feeling the feelings you're feeling, even as you know the truth, right? So this morning, and last night, as I was just in prayer saying, God, okay, what do you want me to say? Like, what do you want me to say here? I need some words, I need some concepts, I need some things, right? And so what came to me is remembering, Michael Beckwith talks about this, and then the book 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership uses this framework that is stages of consciousness, right? Stages of awareness. Michael, I think back in the day, called it kingdoms of consciousness. And so what he talks about, and in the book 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership, it talks about these 4 stages of being. So the first stage is the stage of things are happening to me, right? It's a victim consciousness. Things are happening to me, right? And so in that stage, the tapes that are playing in your head are things like, well, I can't do anything about this, and my schedule's, I got too much stuff going on, I got too many things on my plate, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money. If this person would do this, then I would be able to do this, and if these people do that, then and if the economy was better, I could. Right? You hear all these things, yes? So that's kingdom 1, right? Like all these external things have to change in order for me to have a different experience, right? And that is that is the world. The world is kingdom 1. And all you have to do is go look on Facebook to see how much we're embedded and encoded in that. Even people who are spiritual folks are posting on Facebook, and everything is kingdom 1, yeah? And one of the things that makes me so sad is when I read comments. So I read a lot of different things online, but I really go to the comments to see what are the people, not the intellectual person who wrote the article or the pundit or the whoever, but what are people in the comments saying? Because that's the people, right? In the comments are the people actually walking around. They're not writing the articles, but they're having the feelings, right? That is the collective consciousness. And what I see, and if you would begin to do this, read comments on Facebook, read comments on articles that you're reading, whatever it is that you read. And what I see repeatedly in the comment section are statements like, well, we just have to wait it out until this da-da-da-da happens. Well, now they're going to do this to us, and then they're going to do that to us, and then this is going to happen. It's this very sort of sarcastic and sort of, but this continuation, this deepening in that it almost feels to me like how kids talk about a parent, right? They're going to do this, and then we're going to have to do this, and they're just going to take all our money, and they're going to do all these things, right? Like all of this conversation is all rooted in powerlessness, right? Rooted in powerlessness. And so if that is the collective, then that is going to be the collective experience. Yes? Are y'all following what I'm saying? Yeah? And so that makes me so sad when I read the comments, and I go, oh my God, these people don't know science of mind. They don't know that they have the power to have agency in their lives. They don't know that they have the power to speak up, right? And if you can't even think that you have power, you certainly can't act in a powerful way, right? You can't take an action that's actually going to change anything. And so that makes me so sad to see that. And so I know my work is to hold space for people to get out of kingdom 1 and pop into kingdom 2, which is about things happening by me, right? At least raising up to that by me level. Like I can actually affect some change. I can make decisions about what I'm going to do. I can take control of my schedule. I can be in the driver's seat in my life, right? I can decide what is going to happen next. Right? If we could just get from kingdom 1 of, oh, look at the stuff they're doing. Oh, now look at what they're doing. Now I'm posting this thing. Oh, look at what they're doing now. Look, right? That's kingdom 1 consciousness. If we can at least just get to kingdom 2 that says, well, here's what I'm going to do. Right? Here's what I'm going to do. Because I want you to know I've made some decisions in all of this stuff that's going on. And my mom and I were talking about this last night. And I said, whatever happens, because we do not know what will happen next. Right? We do not know. But I know this. I know for as long as I have breath in my body, I am going to live my life filled with joy. I'm going to show up here as frequently as you'll have me. I'm going to pray. I'm going to know the truth. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to live. Right? I'm going to live. And there may be moments where I'm upset and where I'm sad, or there may be moments where I feel like, ugh, right? Because that's just human. But ultimately, this is about life. And so what I want you to get today and every day is this is not an easy time, and I'm not pretending this is all fairy tales and unicorns. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. But each person in this room can decide to live, right? To live your life. So whatever it is that you want to do, you want to start a business, start being about that, right? You want to end a business and find a job, do that, right? You want to launch a new whatever, do that. Right? Whatever it is that you want to do, be about that thing. Life is not promised. And what the actions of a group of humans is showing us is it's even less promised, right? We do not know what will happen. We do not know what will happen, but we have right now. So my invitation to you is to really look at, how do you want to be living? I used to sometimes, and I still do sometimes with my clients, I would say to them, to help them get really clear about what they desire, I would say to them, imagine you had, this is your last year on earth, right? What would you be doing differently from what you're doing right now? This is your last year. What would you do? And I invite all of us into that, not in a morbid sense, right, but in a sense of, what do I really want to be doing? Am I really living the life that I'm here to live? Am I really living the purpose that I was given? Am I really living out my divine design? Is that really happening? And really look at that for yourself and begin to do that. You might not be able to do it all the way, but you can begin with little micro steps. Like, what is the next step? What is the next step? What is the next step? Because that puts you in the driver's seat. No one has control over your life. No one is the boss of you, right? You are the boss of you, right? You are the boss of you, and there's a bigger boss, the divine, that's really great if you align with that, yeah? But no one is the boss of you. And so really looking at what are you about? Why are you here? What do you want to be doing? Start doing that thing. Don't wait, right? It's never too late. This past week, I think it was this past week or maybe last week, a friend of ours from Phoenix, a singer named Charity Lockhart, was on America's Got Talent, and I posted this on Facebook, so many of you have seen this. And so Charity was on America's Got Talent, and so she did her first song, and well, first she told a little bit about herself. So she's 49 years old, and Charity has a voice that's like Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, and Mariah Carey, okay? Seriously. Seriously. Like, I really want her to come here, but I'm like, we would be kicked out of the hotel. Because, but that's the kind of voice she has. She has the whistle register. She's an incredible voice. 49 years old. And what she shared, which I didn't know about her, is that she had gone through a really brutal divorce and ended up living, she had to leave quickly, and ended up with her children living out of her car. And when Simon asked her, well, how did she, get through that time, she said, all I had was my voice. All I had was my voice. And so I went to sing in bars, and I would sing in clubs, and I would sing at the mall, wherever I could just get some money. And that was the beginning of her digging herself out of that, right? But here's the thing that was so powerful about Charity sharing. She's 49. Right? And the world says by 49, especially in Hollywood, especially as a singer, it's a wrap, right? It is beyond a wrap, right? You're 6 feet under at that point in that world. They want you at 18, 19, 20, right? And so by 49, it is all over. It's washed, right? And here's Charity, this incredible talent, incredible power, who has never given up. She's taken step after step after step in her dream, and there she is on America's Got Talent, and she got the gold buzzer, right? She got the gold buzzer. And I talked with her this week, and she was saying how, it was so interesting because she was saying how nervous she was, and how that was a much bigger stage than she had ever been on. And she was also saying how she did not even want to go on the show, but friends of hers kept pushing her, and she's not attached to whatever the outcome is. But it was just really empowering to see her there at that point of not giving up on what it is she desires. And whether it's, a record deal, or she sings backup for other people, or whatever it is, it just moves her to her next level, right? And it's never too late. It is never too late. And so I want you to get that this is a time now, and I think that this entrance into participating in war invites each of us to really look at, how am I living? Is this really what I want? Right? And if it's not what I want, what do I need to do to change that? What do I need to do to start something new? So here's the thing. The talk today was entitled "A Glow Up," right? So on social media, a glow up is. Have you all heard that term, glow up? Yeah, some people. Okay. So on social media, what it means, I see some people laughing. So it means typically an external transformation, like a makeover. That's what it means, right? So it typically means, it's like, I was just in a women's entrepreneur group where we did this big glow up, and it's like, like you're going to eat better, you're going to work out, you're going to do your makeup, you're going to do your hair differently, get a new wardrobe. And I am not putting that down. Those are incredible things, right? But that's what a glow up generally is, right? Is this transformation that happens externally. And that is a beautiful thing. And what I'm talking about is a spiritual glow up, right? A spiritual glow up. Right, a transformation that happens from the inside out. Right, the law of radiance states and says that you must radiate from the inside out the thing that you desire. Yes, and the law of radiance is a precursor to the law of attraction, because the law of attraction brings you exactly whatever you're emitting. That's what it's bringing. Right, so if you're emitting negativity, if you are not at peace, if you are violent, chaotic, or whatever, maybe even self-violence, maybe not to other people, but you have harsh words for yourself. If you're emitting that, then you begin to attract that. Yes, you begin to attract that. The law of attraction kicks in. And so the law of radiance is the foundation for the law of attraction. And so really thinking about for yourself how you're aligned with light, how you're aligned with love, how you're aligned with peace. And when I used to do the peace meditation at the previous church, I would say, if you're not peaceful, right, if you're not peaceful, we can't have peace on earth. Not perfect. I'm not saying perfect. I'm not saying fake peace, that's like being nice, right? Nice, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But if you are not at peace within yourself, then we can't have a collective vibration of peace, and we will never have peace. And so the work always starts at the individual level. And so what I'm inviting you into, and this is another way of being in the driver's seat of your life, is to decide now to be a place of peace, right? Or to be a place of light. Because the world needs lighthouses right now. There is such darkness and such fear, and things are swirling, and so lighthouses are needed, right? And so the more that you align with that, the more that you sense and feel and know the presence as yourself, in your cells, in your organs, in the molecules of your being, knowing at that quantum level that you are the light, right? That you are one with the light, and begin to emit that and begin to transmit that, and it shifts the collective. Because if each one of us in this room are purely aligned with spirit, purely aligned with source, purely aligned with light, each one in this room, we shift the entire vibration of this hotel, right? We shift the entire vibration of this block. We shift the entire vibration of this city called Campbell, right? Of this state, of the world. Because what happens here has impact everywhere. And that is why it is so important to do your individual work, because what we're looking at out there is a reflection of the consciousness in here. It's not something happening out there that's separate from us, right? What we're looking at is a reflection of the collective consciousness. The only way to change the collective consciousness is through changing at an individual level. This is just the way it works. And we get confused because we get into that state of separation, and we think, oh, these crazy people are doing this crazy stuff out there. It's like, no. I'm on the planet. How am I contributing to this? How am I being crazy? Right? Where am I involved in this? And again, it may not be in the big ways that we see it in front of us. Right? We may not be going to war with another country, or we may not be enacting violence on other people. But looking at, where am I not being kind to myself, maybe? Right? Where am I being cruel to myself or to someone I love? Right? Where am I inflicting mental violence or emotional violence? right? How am I involved in this? And then not from a blaming standpoint, but looking at it and going, oh, I see this. I have the power to clean it up. That's kingdom too. That's kingdom too. You are in the driver's seat of your life. And therefore, you are a powerful being. You're a powerful unit in a collective of a consciousness that can shift everything. You know, there's an author whose name is a psychiatrist and spiritual teacher named David Hawkins. And he developed a map of human consciousness. Y'all familiar with David Hawkins' work, right? And so what he talked about is he ranked emotional and spiritual states of consciousness from low to high. So the contracted sort of fear-based things were, like shame, guilt, fear. Those things are lower consciousness. And then higher consciousness is joy, love, those kinds of things. And so what he did was he gave these states of consciousness a number on a scale from 0 to 1,000, okay? And so the low vibration, that means below 200, are these feelings: shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, anger, pride, right? Those are the low consciousness vibration. And here's the thing about consciousness: it still manifests. The law is going to execute whatever it is, right? So don't mistakenly think, oh, because it's low vibration, it has no power. No, it has lots of power. Look around, right? Because the law is going to deliver on whatever it's given. It doesn't judge. It just delivers, right? So in this Hawkins scales of consciousness, the higher vibrations are 200 and above. And those are empowering states like courage, which is a big turning point. And that is what we're talking about this whole month here, is the art of courage, right? That is a big turning point, having the courage to make a change. That's a shift from the lower to the higher states of consciousness. And then it goes on to neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason. And once you get to love, which is, he says love is 500 on the scale of 0 to 1,000. Love, that unconditional compassion, right? We're not talking romantic lovey-dovey, although that could be a part of it. I mean agape love, unconditional love. When we get there, that's 500. And then enlightenment is 700 and above. That's Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, oneness. Yes? So here's my takeaway for you. Whether you believe the scale is true or not, let's just pretend it's true, okay? Because the law will deliver. It's done to you as you believe. And so this week, what I want you to do is really be looking at for your life, where are you on this scale, right? Where are you on this scale? Are you hanging out a lot in grief and fear? Are you hanging out a lot in anger and frustration? Where are you hanging out mostly? And then see if you can just move yourself by meditating or practicing your affirmations or calling your prayer partner or watching some great video on YouTube that brings your vibration up, and see if you can get yourself at least to courage, right? Or a little bit above that. Yes? So this is the practice. This is how we begin to shift. This is a workout, right? It is a workout. It is not like a fantasy movie sequence, right? This is not like shifting our consciousness and changing the world is not that beautiful, that beautiful cut of like these two lovers running to each other in slow motion through this beautiful golden field of wheat, right? That is not what this is. That is not what it is. No, it is like, go to the gym, do your reps, right? Like just doing your reps. That's what this is. Like, do your reps, do your meditation, right? Do your reps, do your affirmations, do your reps, go with your prayer partner, do your reps, come to church, right? Do your reps. Have a conversation with somebody who's going to bring your vibration up. Do your reps. Get the frick off of Facebook and get on YouTube and start watching things that are going to feed your consciousness, right? This is how you do your reps and begin to really elevate yourself to a place and space where you are now a light, where you are now radiant from the inside out, where you are radiating truth, where you are a lighthouse in all of this crazy darkness. And when you are able to do this and flip and transform and do this, the people around you are lifted by you, right? You become a benevolent presence on the planet. But this is how it happens. It happens from us doing our work. Yeah? So this is what we're about here at Silicon Valley. I am so, one of the reasons I think we're here is to be the heart of this region, to be the heart of this place, right? This is a place where so much technology has come up that is changing our world, right? That is changing how we think. In some aspects will take over how we live, and so having a place and space of consciousness, of heart-based, of love, of light that's anchored in this region, I think that's why we're here. I don't know why I would leave the Scottsdale golf course I lived on and move here. Right? It was not, I wasn't just sitting there going, oh, well, I think I just want to move to something like that. Was not it, okay? that was not on my bingo card a few years ago, right? But I believe that there is a necessity for a grounding of the heart center, the heart chakra, a grounding of light and love in this place that is so potent and so powerful and so globally transformational, right? And you are all a part of that. We are all a part of that, right? To be the light, to be the heartbeat, to be the love, to be the spiritual anchor for all of this stuff that we can destroy ourselves multiple times over already, right? Somebody has to be a grown-up in the room, right? Some group of people has to be a grown-up in the room. Yes? So it's us. It's us. This is our assignment. Do we accept it? Yes. Okay. All right. Wholeheartedly, yes. Yes, wholeheartedly, absolutely. So, beloveds, my talk felt like it was all over the place today, but here's the main thing I want you to get. I want you to get that we are not powerless. We are powerful human beings. We are powerful spiritual beings. And that we are about doing our reps, doing our work so that we're so anchored and so lit up that we can be part of a collective that is going to flip things. Yes. So my ask of you this week is to make your spiritual practice non-negotiable. Spend some time in quiet, in meditation, listening to Spirit, listening to God, listening to the divine, and allowing it to tell you and guide you into action. If there's actions you're supposed to take right now, whether it's calling politicians or whether it's marching or whether it's taking care of children, whatever it is, right? Let Spirit guide you in that. Right? So, but you have to be in communication with it. The third thing I'm going to ask you to do this week is to begin to really look at your life and how you want to live. Because life is for living. How do you want to live? What do you really want? What is played out and time for you to retire it? And have the courage to let it go. And have the courage to run full throttle into what you truly desire. Run full throttle, swing for the fences. Dr. Damon mentioned in the announcements, there's an online summit that I'm producing on behalf of the center called A Woman's Voice. And it is a summit that has 20 plus powerhouse women speakers who are talking about how they've been able to find, own, or elevate their voices. And this is a body of work I started 25 years ago. I'll tell you the story at another time. But this is a body of work that re-emerged for me to bring out right now. Because I think we need women's voices on the world stage. We need women's voices as a balancing, right? Just like in our center, we need male voices. Like we need balance. We need the feminine and we need the masculine, right? But this summit is focused on a woman's voice and looking at the kinds of conditioning and other things that keep women from really finding their authentic power and how that can be shifted. So let me just tell you that it has taken a lot of work to put this together, and I have speakers like Marianne Williamson is one of the speakers, Catherine Whitworth-Thomas is one of the speakers, Barbara Huson, I don't know if you know any of these names, Marcy Shimoff from The Secret is one of the speakers. So I have a wide variety of women that I have talked to who are part of this event, and it's incredibly powerful and incredibly it's been inspiring to me over the last couple of months of interviewing them and talking with them, and also hearing their stories of how they overcame things that we don't know publicly, right? So it's been incredibly powerful, and it's my way for this community of us swinging for the fences, right? This is going to be a big event. You'll begin to see ads for it and everything, but I just thought, this is what I want to do. Like, this is what I want us to be doing. And we'll have other kinds of things that include everyone, but this is our first sort of big event online. So I just invite you into that feeling of swing for the fences in your life. Do not wait. Do it now. Go all in, go all out, and do it now. That's what I want to leave you with, because tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. Just go for it now. Can y'all do that? Yeah. Yes. Are y'all fired up about that? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's turn into prayer, and then we'll have a song, I think. So we just settle down now into this moment. And how good it is to once again feel and sense and know that presence that is all powerful, that is fired up within each of us. And so I am knowing that divine spark is lit for each of us, that we are each awake, alive, alert, that we are each taking in life fully, that we are each running full throttle into our greatest expression, knowing that it is the presence of the divine within each of us that wants to stretch out, that wants to play bigger, that wants to move, that wants to grow, that wants to expand. And we say yes, 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 and yes to it. And so I know that we are blessed by this. We are blessed. And I know that as each one transforms, as each one aligns, as each one plays at love or above, that the entire collective shifts, the entire planet shifts, the entire apparatus of humanity shifts and transforms and elevates. This is what I know. And so I'm just grateful this morning to speak the word and know the truth, and to know in the depth of my soul, to know the presence of God is moving through the leaders of our government and other governments, the leaders of the world, the presence of God moving and expressing, the presence of God revealing itself in decisions and transformation and healing happening within these individuals, within the collective. And knowing and blessing our beloved human brothers and sisters in Iran and in every place that there is conflict, anywhere that there is conflict, knowing the presence of God is at the midst, is in the midst. The presence of God is revealing itself as guidance, as protection, as love, as changed hearts, as changed minds, as connection, as oneness, as humanity at its highest. And so I just speak the word this morning of peace, 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 peace in my heart and peace in each person's heart. And just knowing God is, no matter what, God is. And so we just surround and blanket all of our beloved human family right now, blanket them in this loving embrace, in this loving knowing, in this loving truth, knowing that they are held in the bosom of the Almighty no matter what. And so with deep gratitude, I now release this word and I let it go. It is complete. We say together, and so it is. And so it is. Amen.
In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I dreams of a better day to come, and the way to rise beyond the pain. All live, all live, all live in me. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am all that I am. I am all that I am. I am all that I am. I will be in the land I am. In the land I am.
Oh my goodness, Margo. It's so good to have you here. And thank you so much for blessing us with your love, with your voice, with reminding us that we are all that I am. All that I am. Thank you so much. So this is a time for our conscious giving. And in time that we participate in the divine law of giving and receiving. By giving our tithes and offerings, we invite you to join this sacred practice here at the Silicon Valley Center of Spiritual Living. And for those in person, Marilee is giving out our hearts that have our QR code on it. So you can sign up and give through this. It's called Tithely. And for those online that would wish to give, you can go to siliconvalleycsl.com and click the donate button and support this amazing, growing, thriving community. So I am so grateful. And now just say with me, divine love through me, blesses and multiplies, all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is.
God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so who's here for the very first time? First time visitor. First time visitor. There's two first time visitors, but only one raised their hand. So Our first-time visitor in the front, in the second row is Frances Peck. Fran, will you please introduce yourself? And I just want to say, Fran is a founding member of this center who lives in Vegas, and he's visiting us, and who is a practitioner. Was a practitioner at my mom's church. Is a practitioner, and she holds high watch for us usually on Sundays. But now she's here. So, Fran, I'll let you say whatever you like to say.
And I'm also an animal chat. Yeah, I just recently moved to Las Vegas from Phoenix, and I'm here vacationing for the week. So. And I'm freezing, yes. And I'm freezing. It's cold here, y'all.
Yes, when I saw Fran this morning, I said, "Yeah, it's like 50 degrees lower than what you're dealing with in Vegas." Oh my goodness. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here in person. And for all of our beloveds who are online, please come on in, come visit us. Come have vacation here, especially if you're in Phoenix or somewhere where it's like 118 degrees right now. Okay, so we are, I feel like, did I miss anything? Okay, so we're going to do our closing song, but I just have to say, Solstice Karaoke was so much fun and so crazy. And the food was so delicious. And Audrey, thank you so much for having us all and hosting the whole thing. And thank you to everybody who attended and brought food. And there was so much food. And Audrey's Great Pyrenees, Daisy, beautiful white Great Pyrenees. At one point, we were all in Audrey's living room, and we did karaoke ensemble. So we all were singing together. So we're standing there singing these Motown songs. And Daisy gets on the couch. She takes up the whole couch. She gets on the couch, and I have photographs of this. I will post those. And she's looking at us like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? So, and then when the night's over, she just got up and went to go to bed. She's like, I'm done with these humans. Let me get out of here. It's crazy humans. All right, so we will be doing more and more fun things like that. So I'm so glad that we had that time together. It was really a lot of fun. Okay, let's do our final song, and I'll do our benediction, and then we're out of here. All right, I release.
Is what you have to say. Oh.
I release and I let it go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. All right, repeat after me. I rise from fear to faith.
I rise from fear to faith.
I radiate light out into the world.
I radiate light out into the world.
I live from my power, not my panic.
I live from my power, not my panic.
I am the glow of God in motion.
I am the glow of God in motion.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week, everybody. Love y'all.